Good morning from a bustling exhibition floor at the SBC Summit North America in New York, and thanks for joining us for a really exciting interview that we have today with Tommy Kearns, the CEO and co-founder of Xtremepush, and Kev Collins, the CTO of Xtremepush. Guys, a really exciting time for you, and thanks for joining us. How are you finding the US so far?
Yeah, look at Joe, it's great to be here. As you said yourself, a bustling floor here today. But as you can see, it's just getting bigger every year. The excitement, the kind of enthusiasm around this industry never gets any lower, you know?
Yeah, it's been a great couple of days already. We came over a little bit earlier, I met some clients, a few prospects. Great event last night, a few drinks with people from the industry. It's been really good start, Joe.
Right, well, brilliant. Well, you're both looking very fresh considering you had a few drinks last night, and the growth of the conference is replicated by the growth and evolution of Xtremepush. Can you just tell us more about this new type of Xtremepush that we're seeing today in 2024?
Thanks, Joe. Yeah, so look, we're an 8-year-old business now. We've had a totally new rebrand over the last 4 months. We're launching it here at this show, which we're really excited about. And to be honest with you, it wasn't that the old brand was poor, but this new fresh brand look and feel is kind of matching the ambition of us being the category leader within this industry. So yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, it looks very exciting. We've been on a great journey, a lot of growth, a lot of success internationally, and yeah, it felt like the time was right to sort of reflect that in the brand with a little freshen up.
Yeah, it's been fantastic to watch you grow and evolve, and I just wondered what some of the trends and the challenges that you've seen in the industry that you felt you've needed to evolve to tackle.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's a lot of things, a lot of change in the industry all the time. Obviously, regulations are always there as a big one that has to be managed, and then you just see the changes in experiences. Gamification has become a big trend. In order to differentiate, people want to have free-to-play, loyalty, different offerings.
And the industry that we're in is all about real time. So everything, the experiences have to be real time. How we respond to those experiences from the consumers, there's much more. They need instant gratification. So real time gamification, unification platform, being able to have one CRM to do all of your channels and your intelligence. That's kind of the big trend, isn't it?
I mean, really, in order to keep pace with the pace of change in digital generally, the amount of things that need to sort of speed up in terms of your data, your ability to give great experiences, that has meant the need to consolidation and have things closer together. And yeah, it's just, I think that pace of change is never ending, really.
Yeah. Well, fueling that gamification and that unification and just that ambition to keep pace is InfinityAI, a really exciting prospect. Can you tell us a little bit more about the catalyst for InfinityAI?
So maybe just step back and say, 2 things we're doing at this show in relation to the brand refresh and InfinityAI. InfinityAI, we've been working on InfinityAI for over 12 months now. It is we've been doing machine learning for a number of years for use cases within the industry and other industries, but how we've been thinking about how we can bring machine learning to the masses, to the marketeer, and also serve that deep thinking data scientist has been something that we've been thinking about, and over the last 12 months we now have put this module together on our platform that makes it easy for both a marketeer or a data scientist to roll out these machine learning use cases and AI use cases at scale very, very quickly. Maybe Kev, you talk about the philosophy, maybe.
We work with over 300 brands, so we've learned a lot from working with our customers. So we've seen probably 2 things that really pushed us to build this product. One, maybe people using other solutions that are a complete black box and they can't see what's happening there and very inflexible, or people working with maybe data teams in-house trying to do, everybody wants to have what they're doing be as intelligent and as aware and as relevant to the consumer as possible. But quite often the work done internally, you have fast-moving marketeers trying to work with data scientists, not always the perfect marriage in terms of getting the turnaround to keep pace with what you want to do in marketing. And we wanted to create something that was both, had the flexibility and transparency of doing it yourself, but had the sort of the speed and the ease of use of being provided in a SaaS platform. And certain other trends have come along, like Gen AI, which have helped us be able to put that experience together and create a product where a marketeer can create really what would have been perceived as really complicated modeling work that would be needed data scientists to do. I can do it rapidly.
Yeah.
And get great outcomes.
Yeah, fantastic outcomes, yeah.
And to dive a little bit deeper into the tech, the difference between glass box AI and black box AI, can you break that down for us?
I guess part of the inspiration for us is, I mentioned regulation earlier. We work in financial services as well, another industry that tends to beat the regulations a little bit ahead. So in that industry, if you're using modeling, you need to be able to explain it to the regulator, because there's certain biases and things you just cannot be doing with data. And we thought in this industry, with the direction of travel with regulation, possibly only a matter of time before the regulator goes, how is that model deciding how to promote what you're promoting to the customer? We wanted a future proof for that eventuality, but also transparency and understanding how the models are doing what they're doing allows the domain expert to better say, is this a really good piece of intelligence for what I'm trying to do? Is it actually achieving what I want? That was the motivation.
Yeah, I think maybe just to add to that is that some of the most ambitious brands out there that we work with, they always want to understand what's under the hood. So not just regulation, but actually how is this model coming to the outcomes that it's coming, and that's really important. And it's listening to those customers going, no, we need to understand how this works, so we can do it again and get better outcomes and learn from them. If that makes sense.
That type of dissecting is really key to a good partnership, right?
Huge. And that's one of our, if you look around this floor, as Kev said, we've got 300 sports betting and iGaming customers globally now, and we win on three kind of major pillars. Our capability, which Kev talks about, being experts in the room, we talk about as in real experts in helping our partners generate these good outcomes and use cases. And then lastly, it's how we actually proactively help our customers achieve these great outcomes on an ongoing basis. And that's how we win.
I guess just to pick up on the name, it's a product for that ambitious marketeer who wants to always strive to keep improving. And we wanted to create something where they could continue to work and improve and update and change their model and change, not to say you can do one thing and this is the way it works. They can understand it, improve it, and that's what we've achieved, and we're very excited.
I don't think it would be too far to say they're joining you on the evolution. They're part of the evolution.
100%.
Right? Yeah,
100%. And the outcomes we're already generating before we launched it today, our partners are pretty pleased, to say the least.
The InfinityAI, it forms part of your offering. You offer a lot more than just that. But how much does it elevate what you do and bring what you do to the next level?
It connects to everything, Joe. So we have, we touched on this concept of unification quite a bit as we were speaking there. So the idea for us is you've got engagement capability, so the ability to speak to your customers, whether it's email or push notifications or what have you. You've got experiences like gamification, where you're giving people free-to-play games that they enjoy, and they come back day after day and they get generosity. But all that data should be available for your intelligence efforts. So if I want to make a churn recovery model, for example, the data from my free-to-play game of people being daily actives in that is as valuable as the transactional data and everything else. So we have that at the heart with our CDP of everything else we're doing. So if we are doing an experience or an engagement, that data becomes available, and there's this sort of virtuous circle of ability to kind of keep building on top of your results.
And is this symbolic of kind of the wider adoption of AI across the industry? Do you think we're going to see it? What does that relationship look like between iGaming and AI in the future?
So the way we think about things is unification, all right, but also autonomous. Everything's becoming more autonomous. So everything, how we think about how we improve as a business is to make things easier, more automated, all right, and easier for the consumer or the marketeer to drive these use cases that get these outcomes. So with light teams, so scaled businesses, but not having to have huge heavy lifting in your marketing team or CRM team, all right? And that's at the heart of how we think about our product, and also how we help our brands and partner with our brands. Is that a fair comment?
Yeah, and I guess if you look at the wider market, obviously Gen AI has been everywhere for the last year or more, probably at the peak of the hype at this point, but like under the hood, there's a reality that people are starting to understand now the real applications of this. So we've taken a view on that. You're not going to let that loose necessarily, automating absolutely everything, but very helpful in assisting creating content. It's been very helpful partnered with a whole suite of traditional AI capabilities like machine learning to assist a marketeer to understand what's happening and help them create a model.
And understand the model.
Exactly, yeah. So like there's such a changing landscape at the moment with everything that's happening in AI, but AI is a very large field. It's been around for a long time. It's, looking between the hype and seeing where the new developments can add value for customers. So like we would see that Gen AI stuff is powered by large language models. The next iteration is likely large action models. So you have a whole host of things you can do in a solution like ours. Can you be prescriptive and say, here's a journey that might work really well for retention for your customers, and help the marketeer be, able to get high quality work out even more quickly. And it can be I think a great tool to an ambitious marketeer, but it's not going to fully replace a talented marketeer ever.
No.
Really interesting. And the final question for you guys, if you could gaze into the crystal ball, generally speaking, there's been a lot of change in the North American market since PASPA was overturned. But looking ahead to, let's say, the next 5 years, what do you think will be the biggest challenge for operators moving forward?
Well, I think you're already seeing it. If you look at the North American market and even the LATAM, and maybe touch on that as well, basically, there's a lot of consolidation happening now, okay? So I think you're going to see more consolidation. I think you're going to see companies like ourselves really deeply partner with operators more. And if you look at LATAM, what's happening in LATAM, we just launched our Brazilian office there 8 weeks ago, and that's like as if PASPA has come again down there,
How do we ensure that consolidation is good for innovation and not a block to innovation?
The really good operators and brands and the innovative brands that are servicing the consumer in different ways will win, and the ones that actually are not adding huge value, no more than ourselves, when we partner with our customers, will fall away.
Yeah,
and it's
ultimately a product-led industry. If you have the best product and the people who can keep pace and continue to have a product that is what the consumer wants will ultimately be successful.
And you mentioned the word pace. Pace, one of the reasons myself and Kev love this industry is it's at lightning pace, and we are constantly having to up our game to keep pace with both our partners and also our team. So we're hugely energized about what's happening in the market here and globally. So yeah, huge.
And that pace is underlined by the growth of the North American market and also the growth of you guys. I remember we did this interview similarly a few years ago, and since then you've really come on rapidly, and it's been great to see. And I thank you so much for your time, and enjoy the rest of the show.
Thanks, Joe.
Cheers.